Okay, so today is Monday, March 26th, and it is our Team Liberate call. And I wanted to talk to you guys about, first of all, this is Lindsay's first call. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
You'll get to know us. We're like a big happy family. I wanted to talk to you guys about a little bit more about Instagram stories. I'm by no means a pro, but I feel pretty good about it, and I feel like I have enough information that I could probably share with you, and then I know some others on here probably have some tips and advice that they can share too. So I just thought it would be good to kind of have a call dedicated to like what we're doing, what's working, and just to make sure everybody's kind of up to date on all of the features and the different ways that you can be using Instagram specifically to build your business. So I'm going to share my screen. This is my first Canva PowerPoint. I'm really kind of proud of it. Okay. I think I can go in full screen. Yeah. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. It's in full view mode, so I can't see you guys anymore. That's okay. If you have anything to add, definitely just chime in. Don't feel like you have to wait. This is just a time for us to share. But this just kind of helped me keep all my thoughts together, so I just threw it together a PowerPoint really quick. So Instagram stories, how to start and what to do. Perfect. So getting started right now. So I realized that we have, on Team Liberate, we have we have some coaches who are literally just starting. We have some coaches who have started a little bit ago, but may not have dipped their feet into Instagram stories yet. And we have a whole range of coaching on our team. So if you haven't started an Instagram account, or if you have one and you haven't really started using it for your business, I recommend getting started with it right this second. I can't do this. I have to escape this because I can't see you guys and it feels weird just like talking to my screen. Okay. So if you haven't started using your Instagram as like a business tool, just my advice to you would just be to just get started. Just do it. Don't overthink it. You can kind of learn as you go. That's what I say for like the majority of this business is you're just going to kind of learn by doing it. So, but specifically stories is different than your Instagram account. Instagram account is kind of like your Facebook account. It's where you can do your posts, although Facebook and Instagram are quite different. But the stories is kind of like the behind the scenes. It's like they call it like a TV. It's like your TV show. It's like the hour by hour behind the scenes, like the real life happening stuff. Like I see posts as being more like, I think they say like a magazine article where you're going to give a little bit more information about like one dedicated topic. Whereas on posts, you still want to do like your lifestyle and fitness, a good combination of different things. But stories is just that much more real in the moment. You can be your quirky, silly, funny self. You can share your opinions, share things that go well, share things that don't go well. And it just kind of gives people a way to get to know the real you a little bit better. And ultimately, that's when people are going to join you when they feel like they are getting to know you, the real you. This is how you're going to attract your tribe, like your real tribe. Like you want to find the other Brooks out there, the people who have like the same quirks, the people who like the same TV shows, the people who eat the same ice cream, people that you can connect with. So if you haven't gotten started on it, you want to make your account or you want to start using your account again. I took an entire year off of Instagram when I had Grayson. So I've only been back at it for like not even a year. So I totally get if you have an account, you kind of lost touch with it, just pick it right back up where you left off. I wouldn't recommend starting a new page because then you're going to lose all your current contacts. Just kind of pick up with it and run with it. Making it a business page. Hold on. Just unmute yourself if you want to chat. Make your account a business page so then that way you can see it just in the settings. If you turn it into a business page, it just lets you see the, what's like the word I'm looking for? It lets you see like how many people are viewing your posts and who is viewing your Instagram stories. There's a word for that, but I have no idea what it is. Anybody?
I think there's one drawback to making it a business page, and that's, it might sound like a little one, but it's a huge time saver too, is when you put your story on Instagram, you have a setting that will automatically put it to Facebook as well. And it'll also put it on Facebook Messenger as well. So that's like 3 different platforms that people can see your story, that goes away if you make your Instagram a business.
Can you view who's viewing your stories if it's not a business page?
Yes. Yes, except for obviously the people that are viewing it from like a location tag.
Yeah, but you can't see that no matter what. So what
Yeah,
are the advantages?
I have mine as a personal page. If any of you guys who, if you follow me, or it doesn't matter if you follow me, if you go to, as an individual, go to my story and watch it, I can see you.
So what are the
only drawback to keeping it a personal page is you don't get those additional analytics.
Right, the analytics, that's the word I was looking for. So, okay, so I have mine. I think I've had it for a business page for so long I didn't really think otherwise. And I personally, that's a whole nother call. I don't personally use Facebook stories, but I'd love to talk about that. But okay, so that's something to consider when you are,
Yeah, the one thing about it might sound easy too is like if you do an Instagram clip and you save it, you think it's easy to upload it to Facebook, but and like still shots are easy, but videos, like a 15-second video takes forever to upload to Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, it takes a long time. They can take like 30 to like 35, 40 seconds a minute just sitting there. And if you go away from the page, it doesn't upload. So it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Okay, so that's something to chat about.
That's the only reason why I've hesitated to move into a business page.
Yeah. Setting up your profile. I looked at a couple of YouTube videos, not that mine's, perfect. It's definitely a work in progress, but I looked at a couple of YouTube videos for setting up my Instagram bio. Side note, if you type it, and you can use emojis and stuff, if you put it into the note section on your phone first, then you can copy and paste it into your bio on Instagram, and it'll have like the lining that you're looking for. Like if you see some profiles like Kelsey, I know, because this works for her, because I always think of it, her name is like all caps with like a space in between each letter, and the way she's able to do that is by first putting it on the note section on her phone and then copying it from there. If you try to do it right on your Instagram profile, it's not going to work. So setting up a picture of you, because we're going to talk about sending friend follow requests, I guess you could call them. People are going to look at your bio picture, and that's going to help them determine if they want to accept your follow request. And then I have, mine's a little bit more involved, but you could definitely link your Facebook page and your Instagram bio. The way I started when stories came out, I was definitely hesitant to start, but what I started with was what I felt most comfortable with, which is fitness and nutrition. Like, I think I started with maybe 3 or 4 clips a day, all kind of centered around my workouts, because that was consistent and I felt comfortable doing it. Obviously that's part of my business. And so that's what I started with. And now it's evolved to like a lot more, which I would want you to do eventually too. But if you're feeling a little nervous about it, I would stick with what you feel comfortable with, whether maybe that's not fitness for you. Maybe that's like your 9-to-5 job or your family or some of your hobbies. But I would start with something, preferably fitness and nutrition, and then get comfortable with that, and then start adding in other pieces of your day. So at the end of the day, it should be kind of like like I said, that highlight reel of the behind the scenes of how your day went. If you have any questions, just stop me. Okay, so do's and don'ts. Obviously the do's is a lot longer than the don'ts. So showcase every part of you, not just health and fitness. Some ideas to think about: your 9-to-5 job, your family, your pets, your hobbies, your likes and your dislikes, what's going on in your life right now. Like right now I'm moving, and it's like it's consuming my life. So it's definitely in my posts and on my stories a lot. Think outside the box. How can you add value to your viewers? Like a couple weeks ago, Ashley Feldyson, she has the best hair and she curls her hair all the time. And she did like a whole story, like maybe like 7 or 8 clips of a story about how she, goes from washing to curling her hair. It was awesome. For somebody like me, who I have no idea how to curl my hair, that was really valuable, and that's something that is showing her viewers that she has value to add to them, not having to do with health and fitness, but it's going to help them see that she has value to add to them, so that when she does talk about health and fitness, they might be more likely to listen and to join her. So think about what you're good at. Think about what, if you come across a certain product, if you're a mom and you come across like a certain product that really works well for your kids, share it. People want to see different ways that they can relate to you. So what are you good at? What can you offer someone else? Minimum of 7 to 10 stories a day. I listened to I think it was last week's podcast from Melanie Mitra, the Women Inspiring Women. She did a lot on Instagram stories, whether you're a woman or not. That podcast last week was really helpful. She had a lot of great ideas, and some of the ideas are in this presentation. But she had a lot of great ideas, and she mentioned a 7 to 10 story each day. I do more than that. I don't think there's like a right or wrong. That's kind of the cool thing about stories, where, they said on the National Wake Up Call once, like, it's not okay to do like 10 posts a day on Facebook or Instagram, but it's totally cool to do like 10 stories. Because it's just allowing you to showcase like different parts of your day. Using different formats. So you don't want to just be doing videos of like you working out. Definitely do videos of you working out, but also do like videos of you talking. Like if I sit down at night and I realize I haven't taken that many pictures today, I'll do like 4 or 5 clips of me, 3, 4, 5 clips of me talking about something related to my day. Like Saturday, we had the crazy busiest day, moving all day. It was exhausting. I barely did any stories. And so Sunday, I was like, shit, I didn't really do many stories yesterday. So I did, I think, like 6 or 7 clips of talking about my crazy day the day before while I was making my shake. But I wasn't really talking about my shake, but I was making my shake. And so it's kind of using that curiosity marketing, but kind of making up for yesterday, because I didn't really do much, but I wanted to let them know why I wasn't very present. It's because I had like a crazy day and I was dead on the couch at like 9 p.m. So definitely video of you talking. Other videos, like I took a video of Grayson at baby gym today. Obviously pictures, boomerangs. If you're not familiar with boomerangs, they're so fun, and you can do them right in the Instagram app. And Super Zoom, same with Super Zoom. It's one of the options at the bottom on the Instagram app. Using the different features like the polls. My very first poll, I think some people probably in here probably remember my very first poll. I had something and it was like a yes or a no, and the no was, I think it was something about like, do you want to join my challenge group or something? And I put yes and no because I literally didn't know you could change the option. You can change the option. I didn't know that. So like some people were starting to write no, and I was like, holy shit, I can't like take it away. So I made everybody in this group like go and post on my poll positively that they wanted to join my challenge group. So you can definitely change them. So I always have 2 like more positive options. So like if I were to do something like something about my challenge group, like, are you ready? I'll do like, yes, I'm in, or I think so, but I want more information. Yeah, that sounds great. Sign me up, or a thumbs up, or like 2 thumbs up, just two positive options. Posting the time, so a lot of times I work out first thing in the morning, and I want to encourage other people to do that, especially moms who are my niche, who need that time for themselves, but always give me the excuse that they don't have time for themselves because they are a mom. So I'll always a lot of times I'll put like my 5:30 a.m. workout, just to kind of subtly hint that like you can work out too before your kids wake up. I'm always like putting a heart around the baby monitor. Like, see, he's sleeping, I'm working out, just kind of give those subtle hints. Different filters, like once in a while, I'll just kind of be silly and do like the funny filters. And then location, add a location no matter what to every single story, no matter if it's the true location of where you are or not, whether you want to have it visible or you want to hide it. You can, if you do a location, you can, so I do a location a lot of my actual town, but then I always shrink it. So people who are looking for Walpole, Massachusetts stories will see it, but then other people won't necessarily see it if they're just scrolling through my stories, because I don't want like random people to know where I live. Or Joe had said once, like, if you if you're working out obviously at home and you're getting some objections about not liking to work out at home or working out at the gym or whatnot, you could always tag or say a location, like a local gym. Do you want to share this, Joe?
Yeah, all the time.
Do it all the time?
Every single one of my workouts has some fitness place. So, and a little dirty secret, I have been for 80-day obsession since, like, anytime it's like weights, like today was AAA, so it was a lot of weight things. So if I'm just doing like the weight workouts, I'll like tag like a Gold's Gym or Planet Fitness in the area. But if I'm using the bands and working on the Peach, I'll tag something.
Peach.
I'll tag like a barre studio or a yoga studio or something, a bar studio, whatever the heck it's called. Because like people who might be like doing Gold's Gym might not be into that stuff. So you got to tag what you think people would be looking for.
Right.
So
yeah, like if you're doing bar legs, you should tag
exactly
bar.
Well, that works in the same area, right? So they're like, if they're looking for bar legs, then
right. That's what I mean. Yeah.
Wow, this person's doing like a glute bridge with 3 freaking bands around his ankles.
Can I ask
like
a
a complete
question?
idiot.
Of course.
Joe, I did that like when I first started using stories, and I found that a lot of the people I was getting were like gymaholics or like yoga instructors. And then like I wasn't really able to connect, and they were like, no, I don't need I don't want to talk to you because I'm already I own a gym or I'm a workout instructor. Do you find that you're attracting a lot of those kinds of people?
I mean, yeah, I get a lot of that, but and I don't pretend to be the expert because it is hard to convert certain people. So I don't waste a lot of time trying to convince people that what they do isn't right. My whole premise is a push-up is a push-up. It doesn't matter if you're doing it in front of Autumn or if you're doing it at a gym. The point is you just got to do it. So if you're going to the gym every day, and it's working for you, that's cool. Then you don't need my help. If you're eating clean, that's cool. You don't need our help, and that's fine. There are a lot of people in the world that don't need our help, and we have to recognize that. Not everybody needs us, and that's okay. There are so many people who do need us, but you only sift through that. So it's kind of like that whole like go for no thing where you're just look at it as you're sifting through sand.
It's 9 o'clock.
And you're looking through to see who needs your help and who doesn't. You're not attached to the yeses. You're not attached to the nos. You're just trying to figure out who needs you and who doesn't. Somebody goes to the gym all the time. They own a gym. That's cool. Maybe they do need you. Maybe their gym's not doing that great, or maybe they want to boost their business and they want to like collaborate with you somehow. Just the point is, don't ever hack on what somebody else is doing. So there's a great point from one of my favorite personal development books, Dale Carnegie's How to, what was it called? Mental Block. What's the Dale Carnegie book? How to Influence People.
How to Make Friends and Influence People.
Yeah, How to Make Friends and Influence People.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's old. I read it like 2 years ago, but it's or a year and a half ago, but it's old. It's pretty old. But one of the things that stuck with me was like when you're in a debate, like somebody's saying left and you're saying right, don't ever argue that their way is wrong, because all it's going to do is harden their position, and they're never going to see your side of the point. So like a good example, Isagenix, like somebody just came at me yesterday with Isagenix, and I came back at her. I didn't say, oh, Shakeology is way better than Isagenix. I just say, hey, if that's working for you, that's great. I know, I've been using Shakeology for 2, and I just say what Shakeology has done for me. If that's working for you, that's great. what Shakeology's done for me, has increased my energy. It's taken me from being on cholesterol meds for 10 years and it has gotten me off them for almost 3 years now. I feel great and wouldn't want to go a day without it. So you're just basically telling me, them your example and letting them compare in their mind whether they're getting the same experience. You're not saying your stuff sucks. So like,
right.
You can attract those people by tagging a gem. And if they're following you, that's cool. And if they're having great results or better results, that's good for them. But if they're not, they're going to see you enjoying and having great results because you're tagging, you're just consistent.
Right.
And some people will be attracted to it. So, I mean, I have somebody who is a fitness instructor that is interested in better nutrition. Mm-hmm. So, and hopefully I get her to join my challenge group. She joined my free group and loved it. Hopefully she joins my challenge group and loves it. And maybe I can convert her to being a coach because I think she'd be great and I think she could help a lot of people. Never know. Anyway.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, so using stories to battle objections and inviting, so if you are hearing a lot from people who are saying that they don't have the time to work out, using your stories to share about how you're able to, you're living a busy life too, but you're able to squeeze in your workout. Or if they say that, they can't stick to a meal plan or whatnot, or, you can talk a lot on Sundays about how you have to meal plan in order to stay on track with your nutrition during the week, like kind of using what they're saying to fuel your stories and your posts too, but especially your stories. And then using stories to invite. I just have had much better luck when, if I'm sharing that the enrollment for my next challenge group is open, yada, 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 instead of like talking about messaging me, like, shoot me a message. If I do a poll rather than, messaging, it's much easier for people. And I think they're much more inclined to like, check in on a poll rather than to go that extra step by themselves and message me. So I'll always have a last post or a last story, have something about, are you ready to join me? And again, it's like two positives, like, yes, I'm totally in, or I think so, but I'm not sure. Or I still have a couple questions or something. It's so much faster and I think less scary for them to just comment on a poll rather than taking that initiative and messaging me. And then showcasing your wellness and business success. I definitely don't do this enough. And this was in Melanie Mitro's podcast, like talking more about your success in your business, whether it's that you made $40 this week. Great. You don't have to say $40, but you talk about like what you did, like how that, changed your life this week. You're able to go get a manicure. You're able to fill up on gas, which, sometimes you're nervous that you don't have enough money for it, whatever. She said when she was first starting, her big thing was to be able to afford a new cell phone. Like her neighbor or somebody had one and she was still using like a flip phone. And, so every little bit helped her reach that goal of getting her new cell phone. And then also in the wellness, I don't do this enough either, like showcasing like my challengers or my challenge group, or even like other Team Boom people who are having a lot of success. So it was just like a good reminder, like, yeah, I need to be doing that more. And I know some of us like do really well with that. And I just kind of forget sometimes. I think I get hung up on like my day that I forget to input more businessy nutrition type stuff. And the don'ts list is shorter. Don't skip a day. Again, Instagram stories are quick. They're meant to be fun. It takes like 2 seconds to upload a picture or to do a quick video. The videos can only be 15 seconds anyway. Try not to skip a day. Don't overcomplicate it. Just have fun with it. And I know that's easier said than done. I'm getting better at just taking a video and uploading it rather than like trying to take 4 different perfect videos. Like the other day I totally mumbled and I just kind of ran with it. Cause that just shows people that like you can laugh at yourself and you're funny, you're not too serious. They could, be your friend. going into the curiosity marketing, don't say the names of the programs you're following. Don't say the name Shakeology. Like Shakeology was there in my video yesterday, but I didn't like talk about it. Energize, you know the deal. Keep them curious, because when they're curious, they're more likely to message you and ask you for more information, rather than giving them all the information right up front. And then they're probably going to Google it or reach out to a different coach because they don't really understand how this all works. And then you've lost a potential customer. And don't be afraid to showcase the same stuff every single day, because that shows that you're being consistent. Like, it's okay that, like, most days I showcase that I'm going for a walk with my boys in the middle of the day. Like, that's showcasing that, this business has given me the opportunity to do that in the middle of the day. Obviously, you want to keep showing up consistently with your workouts. It's okay to be consistent. Don't feel like you're just sharing the same stuff day in and day out. And then just quickly to wrap up, I just wanted to kind of highlight Captivate and Cleaner, because I know there's been a little bit of confusion about those and how they can be really helpful for your business. So Captivate and Cleaner are two apps that you can use. I know you can use them on like Apple products. I know or iPhones. I know Pam is having a hard time figuring out how to use it for like more of like an Android type phone. But basically, Captivate is a way to follow mass amount of people super quick. And Cleaner is just the opposite. It allows you to unfollow mass amount of people really quickly. So Captivate is to follow mass amount of people at once. This is important so that you can expand your network and have your content reach more and new people every single day. Just like we talked about on Facebook, expanding your network, you need to expand your network on Instagram too. If you are trying to say the same stories to the same, 10, 20, 30 people, you're probably not going to be, moving your business forward. You need new eyes, and you need more eyes on your content every single day. I aim to follow 75 to 100 people a day. I usually just do Captivate twice. I do 50 people each time. It literally takes me probably 5 or 7 minutes each time. And I could probably make that quicker if I needed to. I tend to search friends of like followers of followers. Once in a blue moon, I'll go to a hashtag. But like if you just open up so you have to download the Captivate and Cleaner app. If you have to go through the app, and you can go to like on the bottom, it has a picture of like 3 people, and you can go to your followers, and then I'll find a follower who like is in my niche. Maybe they're a mom, maybe they used to be a teacher or something, and then I'll go to their followers, and I'll follow a bunch of their followers really quickly using the Captivate app. This is why it's really important, because you're not going to stop and really look into everybody's profile. This is not the time to do that. So 1000% I'm basing my decision to follow them or not based on their profile picture. So that's why it's really important to have a clear, big picture of you as your profile picture. I 1000% go after any women who have kids in their profile picture with them, because that probably means they're a mom, and just anybody else who looks like they could be in my niche. I feel like I was just going to say something. Oh, the other thing I do is sometimes I'll search like a public figure, like somebody, like a celebrity or somebody who's in my niche, and I'll go to their followers. So like, I don't know who I recently went to. Somebody who's famous, who's like also a mom, but who's not like, I'm not going to call it like a Kardashian or somebody, but somebody who like you relate to. Maybe there's a singer that you like that's kind of in your niche, or there's a football player that has kids too, or, just finding somebody.
Tom Brady's in my niche.
There you go. Kind of thinking of different ways of how you can connect with other people. I know a lot of people search hashtags, so that's another option too. The thing that I don't use it often enough, but I love it and I need to use it more, is the nighttime feature. So basically, Captivate and Cleaner help so that you don't follow and unfollow too many people at once, so that Instagram puts you in Instagram jail. I think it must be like 50, because Instagram, the Captivate app lets me follow 50 and unfollow 50 people at a time. But if you try to do that too often, too close together, it's gonna think that you're like spamming people. So the nighttime feature is cool. It's like in the settings in the Captivate app. It you can like say that you want to follow like 300 people, put it in your queue. And then, so it's going to follow one person like every 90 seconds. So then Instagram doesn't think you are being a spammer, and it does that while you're sleeping, which is really neat. I just like forget to do it, but I need to do that more often.
I think the only thing with that is you have to leave your phone open.
Yeah, you have to leave.
Like, don't click it, and the fact that the app is running, it'll keep shining.
Mm-hmm.
I just turn mine face down.
Yeah. So
I do it every night.
yeah. So each day I go to my followers list. So if you just go to your profile, like the main page, you can go to your followers at the top. And just like Facebook, it will generate a list of your followers in chronological order. So the people at the top are the people who have most recently followed you back or followed you. And I try to catch them here first by messaging them something like, hey, Sarah, how are you? Happy Monday. I just wanted to thank you for following my health and fitness journey. And then I mentioned something that I found in their profile. Like, for example, oh my God, your dog is so adorable. And again, you want this to sound like you. So don't just take like, you know, what I'm saying here or whatever, like Ashley Fell Dyson says, like make it sound like you. It has to be genuinely you. Like, oh my God, your dog is so adorable. What kind is he or she? You know, I can relate to that. I have a dog, whatever. Just find something, try to find something from their profile that you can relate to. Always ask a question, because then they're going to be more inclined to write back. And then I go to their page just in general and comment and like on a few things, just show them some love. And then I'll also go to my story viewers and form or invite anybody who's watching my story. So if you go to your story, like if you're watching back your story and then you scroll up, it'll show you exactly who is watching your story, aside from the location. When you tag a location, it will clump all those people who viewed your story through that location, and you can't see their individual names. But the idea is by adding a location, those people are going to stumble upon your page and maybe they are going to be likely to follow you. But I invite everybody who watches my story. If I have never reached out to them, like say I missed them one day in my followers list task, I would send them that first forming message. And then the next time I saw that they were viewing my story, I would invite them. If people are continuously watching my story and not answering my invite, I'll invite them each month. No more than that. But even if they haven't answered, like I think I asked Kate Morgan this, she was like, yeah, if people don't want to be invited, why would they watch your stuff? Like they're intrigued of something that you're doing. So if they were really that annoyed, they would not follow you or they wouldn't watch your story. So I am running with that. And so, yeah, I'm inviting people monthly if they're watching my story consistently. And then just the Cleaner app. So it's the opposite of Captivate. It's to unfollow a mass amount of people at once. The reason why you want to use Cleaner is because it's important to unfollow people who aren't following you back, because when you go to your Instagram profile page, you want that number of followers and followees to be quite different. The number of people who are following you, you want it to be larger, much larger than the number of people who you are following. Just so when people are deciding if they want to accept your follow request, if you have a lot of people who are following you, it just looks really good. And people are like, all these people are following her. I want to follow her too. She must have some good content. I do it personally. I unfollow anyone who isn't following me back on Sunday. So Monday through Friday, I think I wrote that up here. I aim to follow 75 to 100 people a day, Monday through Friday. I usually take a Saturday off. And then on Sunday, I do my unfollowing, because it's likely that if people haven't followed you back in 24 hours, they're probably not going to follow you back. So my theory is, I stop following people like Friday afternoon, so they have till if I wait until Sunday morning, it's likely that if they haven't followed me back by Sunday morning, because it's been like 36 hours, they're probably not going to follow me back. So I take Sunday as my unfollow day. Sometimes I'll even start following more people like Sunday night after I go through my Cleaner. But again, 75 to 100, I know sounds like a lot, but it's really quick. Both apps have a $5 upgrade option, which is 100% worth it. I don't think you can do much without the upgrade. And then Joe just wanted me to mention, which I do use. There's one thing about it that I don't like though, Joe. I wonder if it's just me, but so you'll notice on the computer, if you just go to like Instagram, you can't message people on the computer. You can only like look at people's profiles. But if you download this like separate app on your computer, it's called IGDM for Instagram direct messaging on your computer. You can message people that way. The idea is that it's a lot faster. Some people might think it's a lot faster and easier to do it from a computer versus your phone the whole time. The only thing I don't like I do use it. I use it every single day. The thing I don't love about it though is that you can't see the entire archived conversation.
Yeah, sometimes that goes away.
I don't like that because
after I message them, it seems to come back. It's weird.
Because then, like, sometimes I'll often go to my phone just to look at our archived messages, so I know like when the last time is I invited them.
Does it come back for you too?
No, it doesn't come back.
So, like for me, like I'll sit there and say like I've messaged somebody like 15 times, and then but like it's been like 2 months, and I go to message them on IGDM. I pull them up, and it looks like I haven't messaged them at all.
Exactly, and
all of a sudden I'll invite them, and then as soon as I hit enter and it goes up there, then all my archive shows up, and I'm like, shit, I said the same exact thing 2 months ago.
I'm like, oops, sorry, wrong Sarah. Smiley.
So I started doing the same thing too. Like I started like parallel having my phone here, and I just bring them up, and then I make sure that I truly haven't messaged them or what the archive was.
Yeah.
So it is annoying, but I don't know.
But it's helpful because it does make things a lot faster.
Yeah, I type way faster on the laptop.
Yeah. And then to like copy and paste my notes and stuff, it's easier that way too. And that's all I got. Anybody have any questions?
Music on your stories. Do you just have music playing?
So I have music. So that's the cool thing that's different between Facebook and Instagram is that you can use copyrighted music on your Instagram. I have Pandora or Spotify playing all the time. So it's like actual music that's on at my house.
I was doing that, but then it became just a pain in the butt for me. So what I do is a little bit different. I use iMovie, and it results in I have like a bunch of songs that I've bought and downloaded. You can't use like Apple Music. It just doesn't allow you to put that through iMovie. But I just throw in like 5 clips, and then I speed them up. I get rid of Autumn's voice in the background, and then I attach like one song for the whole thing.
Okay.
And then I download that. You have to crop the sides to get it to Instagram, but that takes like 2 seconds with an app that I use. Literally, I just go and then export, and it's done. And then I use this other app, which is like the greatest app in the world. If you have like a 1-minute video and you want to put it all on Instagram, and it is called Cut Story.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys can see it. It looks like it's like this little guy right here in the upper corner.
Yeah.
And that black one in the middle, which is called Video Crop, is what I use to crop a video.
Okay.
The iMovie. So I do iMovie first, then Video Crop, and then Cut Story. And then Cut Story, like you load up like say a 1-minute video, and then it gives you options like 15-second Instagram, 12-second for something else, and then custom, and you can just say cut it into like 15s. You just hit the 15 button, it'll give you 4 videos instantly.
Oh, cool.
It's only 99 cents to get rid of the watermark forever. So I got rid of that too.
That's worth it.
It's like it literally takes like 10 seconds to load a 1-minute video, hit the 15-second cut, and be done with it. And all of a sudden you got, in 10 seconds, you've got your 1-minute video split into 4 15s, easy.
So I purposely leave Autumn in the background because I like people to wonder, like, who's that talking?
Yeah, I figured I look at it the other way. I think most people kind of do know who she is. So, I don't know.
Personal preference. And I like to have different songs. And I like to have it like while I'm actually working out because it like sometimes I'll just like randomly start dancing and singing and stuff. And I feel like that shows my goofy side.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't do that.
Come on, Joe.
I'm weird. I actually hate working out with music. I've tried it. I tried the Spotify thing, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And I did it for like a few weeks, and I was like, I hate working out with music. And I found myself, I'm like, all right, I filmed enough of my workout, and I turned the music off, and the rest of my music is all silent.
Also, side note, I know this is totally random, but I think it was Alex who asked me about it. I will go through my whole workout so that Instagram stories aren't like messing with my actual workout and being a product of the product. And then at the end, I'll go back and I'll record like 2 or 3 of my favorite moves.
That's what I should be doing.
Because otherwise I get hung up on like, yeah. Just totally random, but.
I started doing that. Thank you.
Did it help?
Well, like, I need to get used to it. Honestly, at the end of the workout, I'm so freaking spent. I don't remember what I did.
No, I back up. I rewind.
So today, like, while I was doing it, I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to do this move. And I had to, like, memorize it. But when I'm done, I'm just like, oh, my God, what did I just do?
I have one of those little car holders for my cell phone, and I attach it to the window. So I have my phone there, and I have Instagram stories up with the hands-free. So I just run over quickly and hold it down. It gives you the 3-second delay, go back, and it automatically cuts it into a 15-second clip. And then, like,
yeah, that's what I was doing.
After the workout, though, I just save it to my phone so I can crop out the me running over and running back part. And, you know, usually I get like a 14-second clip of my workout, which is more than enough. And I try to do like 4 of them. It messes with my workout like only slightly if I limit it to like 4. Where I get into trouble is where I can't decide which ones, and I like film like 12 of them and only to use 4. So I try not to do that. I try to like limit it to just 4.
Any other questions?
Again, it's just like personal preference.
Yeah.
What you do.
I have a quick question. When you're going back to like, you know, like all your followers alphabetically, you do that too, right, Brooke? Do you like refollow people who are following you who you happen to miss? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like, some people pop up and it's set like I'm not following them. They're following me, but I'm not following them. Like, when you're going through on the alphabet, do you like go through and follow everyone? Because I get so I get stuck and I'm wasting time because like some of the people I just missed when they followed me. You know, like I missed that block. I never saw it. But other people I purposely unfollowed because like they're other Beachbody coaches or they live in China. You know what I mean? So like when you go through alphabetically, do you waste time to follow the people who you aren't already following?
No.
Okay.
But do you invite someone like that you're not following?
Yeah, all the time.
And then if they say...
If they respond back, then I'm not going to waste a follow on somebody who wants nothing to do with me.
Right.
If they respond back and they're open to having a conversation and they're really chatty and we get along well, then yeah, I'll hit follow for sure. But if they're going to be like cold and they don't want anything to do with me, then I
do a mix. Like, so I look at it and I see, like, if it's somebody that I missed that I think, you know, I'm really interested in, like, oh, this person does look really cool, then I will throw the follow on them.
Yeah, no, I'll do that too. Yeah.
If they're like, well, I mean, obviously, if they're another Beachbody coach and I don't know who they are, you know, sometimes like randomly, like some of you guys show up on Instagram and we're friends on Facebook, and I'm like, I'm really not friends with. I think Alex, you were one of them. I'm like, I'm not friends with. I'm not following Alex on Instagram. And I started following you like a few months ago, whatever, and you know, sometimes that comes up. But like, if it's just a random Beachbody coach that I don't know that's following me, I have a ton of them.
Yeah, you don't need to follow them back.
Yeah, I don't follow them back. I mean, there are a few that will, you know, I have this one in the UK, which really sucks. She's like signed on with like a superstar. I think it was like Jessica Bauer or something like that. But like her and I were going back and I thought like, I'm like, yes, I have my first UK coach. She's like so into it. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I go in for the invite and she's like, oh, I would love to, but I've already signed on with Jessica Bauer. I'm like, shit. I'm like, are you sure you don't want, I'm like, she's kind of like too big for you, No. But like somebody like that, and like they still like she messaged me the other day and like started a conversation. So I'm like, it doesn't hurt to have friends. You never know when somebody's going to have a fallout with a superstar coach.
Yeah.
You could be there to pick up the pieces. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to close this out. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. But thank you guys for hopping on. And
idea for a future call would be a more detailed, like for me anyway, a more detailed, like just call focusing on Captivate and Cleaner.
Sure.
So I'm just throwing it out there because I know that, Cleaner I think is more straightforward, like easy. I think Captivate for me is just like, I struggle with who to pick to follow. You know what I mean?
Base it on their picture.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I have a hard time looking at somebody and saying they're in my niche.
You just got to run with it. And then you find out later if they're not, then you just unfollow them.
Yeah. Oh, it's not who to follow like in that, like, but like you like find your followers who you think are in your niche and then you follow their followers.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with the first part, looking at my followers and going, are they really in my niche? Do I really want to follow 50 of their people?
I get what you're saying, but maybe you're thinking too much into it.
I probably am. Don't I
overcomplicate it.
Do I always do that?
Just run with it.
And then, wait, do you quick select everyone, Brooke?
No.
Okay.
No. No, you mean the option to quick select? No.
I don't understand how it's faster than just doing it on Instagram.
Oh, it's wicked fast.
Yes, way faster for me.
And I've done it. It's like it. Have you seen it?
Like,
yeah,
you can make a queue.
You just go. Boop, 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 boop.
You can select up to like 300 people, and then you can have them all waiting in a queue. And every night you can just have it automatically do it.
Yeah, so it helps you not go into Instagram jail.
Yeah.
So, Brooke, do you just do like 50 and then shump and then you're out and then you come back a few hours later, 50 shumping out? Why don't you just do like 100 and then let it go?
Honestly, having them in the queue like gives me anxiety. Like, what if I forget about it? What if it doesn't work?
Oh, okay.
I love when it's like it goes around the circle, zoop, 50 completed.
Yeah.
It's the OCD in me. But. Okay, I have to go tag my challengers and go to bed. I love you all.
Bye.
We'll chat soon.